Hello, my name is Hunter Lagsdin, and this is my presentation on the discovery of Neolithic pits at Stonehenge using surveying and dating techniques. So some background. So this survey and eventual discovery was led by a group of researchers from the University of Bradford and archaeologists working for the Stonehenge Hidden Landscape project. Their primary purpose is to uncover the prehistoric past of Stonehenge, which has remained hidden underneath the surface, and they use a variety of non-invasive remote sensing techniques. Prior to the discovery of these Neolithic pits in 2015, these researchers led a survey using high-resolution ground-penetrating radar to uncover a structure of large stones toppled underneath an embankment in a symmetrical circular-like pattern. This type of research has allowed archaeologists to understand the significance of Stonehenge to ancient Britons and explore the surrounding area without the need for excavation, which can be extremely labor-intensive, impractical, and has the potential to ruin important archaeological sites that can never be replaced. So the methods behind this. So the main piece of technology that was used in the survey was called a fluxgate gradiometer, which is a type of magnetic gradiometry device that measures the vertical gradient of the magnetic field within a given area. This type of survey is conducted using a gradiometer, like the name suggests, which measures the change in magnetic field using differences in magnetic field strength detected by two different magnetometers. This instrument provides a high level of accuracy and sensitivity to changes in Earth's magnetic field in a given region. Over time, objects, structures, or features in the subsurface will become partially magnetized due to the accumulation of magnetic susceptible sediments over time. These magnetic differences can be measured and compared to lower magnetic soils surrounding these features of up to about 2 meters. This difference in magnetic appreciation can be used to build a picture of the subsurface, almost like how a doctor will take an X-ray to build a picture of the body. It is a great technique in archaeological investigations that involve sites with silted ditches, hearths, infilled pits, burnt or fired remains, walls, ironwork metals, and variations in soil/bedrock. So these magnetic anomalies. Initially, these anomalies were interpreted to be dew-ponds or military excavations. They were thought to be naturally occurring. There was evidence on the surface of at least 4 of the anomalies, which was the initial reason for the survey. After retrieving and analyzing the data, it was discovered that the anomalies were disc-like in shape with enhanced magnetic readings concentrated towards the center, surrounded by a circular thin halo of lower magnetic readings, suggesting that these anomalies were much deeper and vertical than previously expected. The data also provided a map of the area showing 20 anomalies arranged in an arc-like shape across a 1.5 kilometer area. These anomalies were very comparable in shape, each of about 20 meters in diameter at a depth of about 5 meters. They were evenly spaced, which kind of suggests that they were paced out like a simple measurement. And there were also small post alignments that were detected, which kind of aligned with the anomalies, adding to the apparent symmetry of the pits, which kind of pointed to them being more man-made. So optical stimulated luminescence dating. So to corroborate the evidence provided by the geophysical survey, they also use a technique called optically stimulated luminescence, or OSL for short. OSL dating works due to sediments having naturally occurring radioactivity. This is caused by the presence of uranium, thorium, and potassium isotopes in heavy minerals, such as zircons. When quartz or feldspar minerals are exposed to any ionizing radiation from the sun, electrons of the radioactive isotopes within the zircon crystals migrate and become trapped in their crystalline structure. This can give researchers a better picture of when the last time the pits were in use and were exposed to sunlight. After using OSL dating, it was confirmed that these pits were created in the late Neolithic era, about 4,500 years ago, and were maintained up through the Middle Bronze Age, which is quite a long time. So, radiocarbon dates. So to further the validity of the evidence, radiocarbon dating was also performed on the samples of struck flint and bone, which had been recovered from primary silts of one or more of the pits. The radiocarbon dates measure the amount of carbon-14 remaining in a sample. This technique is widely used because carbon-14 is a relatively unstable and heavy isotope of carbon. And since carbon is present in all living organisms, you're able to detect the amount a lot easier. It has a steady decay rate of about 5,730 years, and it is one of the most useful forms of dating organic remains of the last 50,000 years. The radiocarbon dates agreed with the OSL dates, showing that they were of late Neolithic age, which is consistent with the archaeological remains of the area, including Stonehenge and the Durrington Walls, which was previously discovered using ground penetrating radar by the Hidden Landscape, Stonehenge Hidden Landscape Project. So some possible significance. Despite evidence from the dating and geophysical surveying, the purpose of the pits are still relatively a mystery. Many people speculate on the origin or why they were in use, but most people speculate that they were ritualistic in nature, pointing to the Stonehenge and other spiritual sites in the surrounding area. Others believe it may have been used as a hunting site or a rest area, but all this kind of remains speculation because there really isn't any hard evidence for these theories. But the data did prove something. What was proven was that these features were man-made in origin and were not a natural occurrence, which is a huge significance to the ancient people because this is one of the largest monuments, Neolithic monuments that we've ever discovered. Yeah, much of it remains up for interpretation, which is why it makes it more fascinating to uncover and potentially rewrite history, which can be achieved through these different geophysical techniques, which I think is very interesting. So here are my sources, and thank you for listening.